I was running for Prezzy Dent of these here United States. Yeehaw! What would I say to you? Well, number one, I'd tell you that I'm just an American. All right? I don't believe in all this party crap that we have going on now and all this division that we've been hearing about. 2019 versus 2024. Is that a good reason to vote? The earth stood still. Candidate X versus candidate Y. The pandemic stopped normal living everywhere. Do I blame candidate X for the pandemic? Seems to me candidate X had a plan in 2020. It was called a vaccine. Operation Warp Speed with a promise. And we got it. Not bad. But you know, it was candidate X, not candidate Y, that did that. Female rights. Can you define a woman today? Considering a trans woman can impregnate a genetic female at a slumber party? Is that why we need abortion to 9 months in every state? Is sex trafficking and sex working going to become a legal on-the-job injury that we need to pay for with health care? What happens to all the bonds between men and women as far as marriage and the rules? Do we stop having males pay child support? Lots of questions that go with taking Title IX and doing a DEI on it by allowing genetic males into female private areas. Good question. When does a female ever really need to keep genetic males out of their private areas? Do we want to keep the USA a republic with state laws? Unfortunately or fortunately, that's Trump and the GOP. Do you want to unify, socialize, make federal laws everywhere in the United States? Vote for Biden and the Democrats. Why is our border flooded? Is it because the sitting president has been getting money from foreign adversaries to make policy? If this story was all about Trump, do a head swap on any story from our media. Manipulate versus investigate. If this story was about Trump, the media would be all over it versus ignoring it. The Tax Cut and Jobs Act 2017, what that did for us, every tax bracket, not just rich people over $400,000, every tax bracket had an increase in the standard deduction. When that expires in 2025, it's going to roll back. Trump had us pay less taxes in every tax bracket, not just rich friends. Put that into your thinking when you're voting. It's going to expire in 2025, and Joe Biden has already said they're going to let it expire. How on earth is that not going to raise everybody's taxes, even under $400,000? Policies. The cost of living, federal versus state law, and one-party rule. When policies suck, it's not a good job description unless it's a job requirement. And whose job requirement in government would it be to suck at their job? If Trump was in office today, and Bidenomics were his policy, they would still suck. If Biden promised a COVID vaccine in 2020, got it with a low cost of living, that would be worth voting for. But he didn't do that, did he? We have a tripod of government currently, and we have a push to make this one-party rule. Do we want to live like China or Russia or Cuba, where the vote of the people has no meaning? Our news. We get cheap shots and fakes all the time. You saw that the other night at the debate. You have to ask yourself, how important is the information you're getting? Should you maybe get your information from a better source, or maybe demand from your sources good information? Is Joe Biden your king? Do we want to sit back and let the Democratic Party or any party take away our tripod of government so that we end up with nothing but a monarch, a socialized country? That's not what our veterans fought for. That's not what the 13 people that died in Afghanistan that Joe Biden can't remember fought for. Can I be an American today? Do I have to pick a party? Do I have to be a Republican or a Democrat? I'd like to think no. Depending on the election, you can just be an American. Reverend D of the Tomahawk signing off.